Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm Claire Jones, if we haven't already met. I am an author and small publisher committed to changing the world for the better through inclusive stories and practices. And I am jumping on today to continue my self-published author series where I go over how to write, publish, and start selling your book in a year. So if you're joining me, please like, comment, share below. Let us know that you're here. And today we are going to continue with your first writing week to make sure that we can set up full, uninterrupted weeks of focused time and start sinking into our stories that we are writing in our books. So if you're interested in the full rundown of what I'm discussing today, check out my comprehensive, almost 300-page self-published author 52-week planner. The digital version's available now. The physical version should be available next month. I'm just waiting on the proof from my printer, but you can find all the details at linktr.ee/clairjoyance. So yeah, now is the time. This is week 15 out of the 52 weeks. And it is now time to gather all of your materials from your story or about your story arc outline and research needs. Set up your writing space and routines and start writing. We are diving on into that first draft. So I want you to aim for at least an hour of writing, planning, researching, etc. every day for your first writing week. So that's 7 hours over the course of the week. And whether you're a morning person, a night owl, or just a solid middle of the dayer, you should know by now when your most productive hours are, thanks to the schedule awareness that you built with the Healthy Mind Platter and flexible time blocking. These are two things that we've spoken about earlier in this series. If you missed those lives, go back and check them out, because we want to schedule daily writing blocks accordingly to make the most of our time, whether we find our productive hours in the morning, in the evening, or in the middle of the day. And we need to remember to have fun while we're doing it as well. I also want to include a note on procrastination here. Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing a task because you don't want to experience the emotions that come up while you do said task. This can become a very pernicious habit for many people, and if you are a procrastinator, I would encourage you to take a real honest look at why you keep procrastinating when it comes to certain tasks. Specifically, we're talking about writing sessions right now, but this applies to any task in your life. If you are a procrastinator, I'm talking to you. So, do you procrastinate because you think it'll take too long, the task that you're procrastinating on? Are you procrastinating because the task is stress-inducing? That's a valid reason. Or is it because it's uncomfortable? Is it because you don't have the proper resources, time, money, energy, people, or things? If you can narrow down the exact reasoning behind your procrastination, then you are much more equipped to come up with solutions to the procrastination. So if you're afraid that the task is going to take too long, play the 5-minute game with yourself. Try to produce something, anything for 5 minutes. Try to do the task genuinely for 5 minutes. If at the end of the 5 minutes, you still don't have it in you to do the task, then throw in the towel and plan to tackle it another day. That's the 5-minute game. I often do it with myself when I don't want to do certain tasks. Usually, if I do 5 minutes, I end up doing half an hour. So just try it out, see how it works for yourself. If the task stresses you out or makes you uncomfortable, maybe you want to modify the task to something that will counteract the negative experience of the task. So personally, I absolutely loathe having to clean my bathroom and I will avoid it at all costs. And yeah, that's my procrastination Achilles heel, is cleaning my bathroom, especially the shower. I don't know why they're not self-cleaning at this point. Like we live in 2023, we should have self-cleaning showers. But At any point, I have gotten into the habit of smoking a joint and putting on a playlist when I do have to clean my bathroom, and this makes the experience so much more enjoyable. And so I'm modifying the situation to promote the emotions that I want to have while doing the task, instead of forcing myself to do something that's stress-inducing and uncomfortable with no modifier attached to it. So if you're procrastinating because you don't have the proper resources, on the other hand, meaning time, money, people, things, that gives you some concrete action items for figuring out how to acquire the needed resources first. If that's the thing that's making you procrastinate, then focus on finding those resources first. And if the resources simply aren't available to you for some reason or another, you just don't have the money to do the thing, you don't have the time to do the thing, you don't have the resources to do the thing, then maybe the task needs to be deprioritized until you can access the thing that you need. So don't continue to hold the task over your head if there are forces outside of your control at play. Do not shame yourself for constantly procrastinating on something you don't have the resources to do. That's just bad news bears all around. So we're not aiming for perfection here. We're focusing on getting the book written, no matter how ugly the first time around is. A first draft is a first draft for a reason. So just focus on getting the words onto the paper however you see fit. We'll worry about making it pretty later on. So that's it for today for your first writing week. And if you're interested in learning more, check out my planner, linktr.ee/clairjoyance for all the details. Next time I'll be jumping on to talk about websites to make sure that we can have our own branded platform with all the information that our audiences are looking for. So that will be next week, starting on Monday. In the meantime, please remember that you do all have extraordinary stories inside of you, and I'm rooting for you as you use them to change the world for the better. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on Monday.